Let's start
Great.
with a short meditation. Well, is the sound still all right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty
All right,
sure it's the mic there.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so we can close our eyes, find a good position, and just take some deep breaths. Just continue breathing normally. Just focus on the breath for a bit. Slowly open our eyes and start rising up to our feet. Then coming to the front of the mat for some sun salutations. Starting out by taking our hands over our head, breathing in. And then leaning a little bit back. And then bending slowly forward. Breathing out. And then we'll just stay here for a bit. The neck and shoulders relax. And as you're breathing, maybe you feel you are coming deeper into the position. And that's all right. Take both hands in the ground, taking the right foot all the way back, right knee coming to the ground. Looking to the front, opening up the chest. It's also possible to have the knee a little bit above the ground if you want some extra stretching. And just breathe. Back with the left foot, coming into downward facing dog. You can have a little bit bent knees here, and then pushing the chest towards the floor. And then we can open up the shoulder blades and kind of let our neck fall down in between the shoulders. It's also good to kind of spread out the fingers to get a good grip on the mat. Now we're taking our knees, chest and chin to the floor. Then we're straightening out the body, and then mostly using our back muscles, we're lifting our body up. Coming into cobra, opening up the chest, opening up the throat, and taking some deep breaths here. Slowly coming back down. And then we're pushing ourselves back into downward facing dog. Chest towards the floor, opening up the shoulder blades, and letting our neck relax in between the shoulders. Then we're taking our left foot all the way to the front, right knee to the ground or a little bit up, opening up the chest and looking towards the front. And just breathing. It's also possible to have the eyes closed in these positions if you prefer. Taking the right foot to the front, coming into forward bend again. It's possible to have a little bit bent knees here. Also possible to relax the neck and the shoulders completely here. And just breathe. And then we can slowly start to move upwards. All the way up with the hands above our head. And leaning a little bit backwards. Coming back to center and letting our hands fall down next to our body. We can just close our eyes for a second here. And just feel the body. Just feel how it's coming alive. Maybe it's pulsating somewhere. Maybe the breath is going a little bit quicker than before. Maybe we're feeling a little bit unbalanced since we've only and the right side so far. Then we can open up our eyes. Once again, our hands over our head. And then we're leaning a little bit back. And then coming all the way to the front into the forward bend. A little bit bent knees. Letting the neck and shoulders relax completely. Taking both our hands to the ground, left foot all the way back, left knee going to the ground, opening up the chest, looking towards the front. And if you want, you can lift up the left knee a little bit for a deeper stretch. And then just continue to breathe. On the front foot here, it's important to have a 90-degree angle, and especially important to not go too far over the foot panel towards the front. Back with the right foot, coming into the downward facing dog. A little bit bent knees, chest towards the floor, opening up the shoulder blades, and letting your neck relax in between. Taking the knees, chest, and chin to the floor. Straightening out the body, and then using mostly our back muscles, we're lifting up into Cobra. Opening up the chest, and opening up the throat. Taking a few deep breaths here. Back down. And then pushing ourselves back into downward facing dog. A little bit bent knees, chest towards the floor. Taking the right foot all the way to the front. Watching out for the 90-degree angle. And then left knee to the ground or a little bit above. Opening up the chest, looking towards the front. Taking the left foot to the front as well. Coming into the forward bend. Just breathe deeply. slowly coming up. Eventually with our hands above our head. And then coming a little bit back. Moving back to center and letting our hands fall back down. And we can close our eyes again. And just notice how our body is feeling now. Maybe it's pulsating a little bit in your hands. Or somewhere else on the body. We can open our eyes. And then we're going to do some neck movements. We can shake loose a little bit, both feet and the hands.
Shake it out.
Yeah. And then we'll start by letting our head fall with gravity towards the left. So no need to kind of push the head down, just let the head slowly fall towards the left side. It's also possible to close the eyes here if you want to. Just focus on the breath and also focus on the sensations in the neck. The more we relax, the more it will stretch. And we can slowly come back up to center. And then to the other side, to the right side. The same here. Slowly come back up to center. And we can let our head fall towards the front. Slowly back up. And slowly towards the back. Be careful with the one on the back. Slowly come back to center. And then we're going to start to rotate the head. So we can start on the right side and then go towards the front. And especially the first round, be really careful not to kind of damage your neck in any way. So just go real slowly. And just pay full attention to what's happening a little bit more round. And remember to just keep breathing as well. You can start to circle the other way around. So same here, really careful with the first round. And if you feel some places where you need some extra attention, you can just stop there for a bit and kind of feel that area.
Yeah, that side, just a little bit forward from the side. That's the tightest spot for sure. Almost up to the ear.
Yeah. And then we can stop. So just coming back to center with the head. Maybe you want to shake loose a little bit. We're gonna be moving our spine a bit, so mostly moving like the hips, so not so much the knees. Maybe have a little bit bent knees here. And then we're gonna be moving the spine and let your head just follow the hand that is going the furthest, so the whole spine is in this movement. And also remember to breathe here. If you feel like going a bit faster, that's possible, but not necessary. Slowly let our hands slow down. Let's fall back to our sides. And we're going to be simply just moving our hips a little bit. So going in a circle, kind of focusing on the hips and whatever tightness you might have there. You can go the other way. Then we're going to be stopping in the middle here and coming down with a little bit of wider stance and with our feet pointing not completely outwards, but kind of in an angle towards the front. And we're coming down. And then we're simply going to be kind of moving or kind of turning our whole body towards the left. And then going to the other side. It can also be nice to kind of look behind your shoulder here so we get the whole spine moving. And just going back and forth a couple of times in a tempo that you feel is right. Back to center. And now we're coming down on our knees. So we're going to be moving, creating some movement in the hips here. So standing in a tabletop position, we're going to be letting our left foot come out to the side with like a bent knee. And we're simply going to be moving the foot in a circle. Just getting some movement in the hips and the legs. And then we can do the other way. Letting our foot come back to center. And then the same on the other side. So foot out. And then moving it in a circle. And then the other way. Coming back to center. Now we're going to be with our left foot kind of coming with the knee towards our chest. So letting our knee come up towards the chest. And then all the way back with a straight leg out behind you. And then coming back in towards the chest. And straight out towards the back. And just do a couple of these in your own tempo. And then we can do the other leg with the same movement. And then we can let the knee come back to center. And we're going to be doing some cat and cow movements here. So from this position, we will be kind of arching our back up while letting our head go down. And then we're going to be taking our head up, but our back arching down. And then we're going to be breathing out when our back is going up. And breathing in when the back is going down. Then we can come back to center. And we're just going to take a moment in child pose. So you can come into child pose, just sitting down on your feet and letting your hands come towards the front. And slowly come back up. We're going back into the tabletop position. So now we're going into the frog pose. So it's a little bit rough on the hips. So let's just be careful as we do this exercise. So we're going to take our knees as far apart as we think is comfortable. And then we're going to be turning our feet out towards, away from the body. And we're going to be taking our feet a little bit out, so a little bit further out than where the knees is standing. And from here, we're going to be slowly and carefully pushing kind of our hips towards the feet. So just pushing a little bit back. And when we kind of feel like it's enough, we can come down on our elbows and just sit there for a bit and just breathe through the stretching. And from here, it's also possible to kind of push a little bit back if we feel that we want a little bit more stretch. It's really good to focus on kind of breathing into the stretch here and just feel when we breathe out, we kind of let go of tension and resistance in that area. Just slowly come back up with our hands. And then letting our feet come back to center. And letting our knees come back to center as well. And from here, we're going to do a position called pin the needle. So we're going to be working a little bit on the shoulders and that area. We're going to be starting by taking our hand all the way up over our head. And then we're simply going to let it come down and then go under the other hand. And we're going to be laying down on our shoulder. And slowly come back with our hand. Taking it up over our head or over our body, and then letting it come back to center. So we're going to do the same on the other side. So left hand or the other hand over your body, letting her slide in under the other hand. And then laying down on your shoulder. And just breathing. Let the hand come back up all the way over our body. And then coming back to center. And from here, we can still be on our knees, but coming up to a kind of a half standing position. And then we're going to be just opening up the front of the body a little bit, opening up the chest. So from here, you can either have your toes. Maybe we just do the toe version now with the toes facing down. And we're going to be letting first one side come back and then the other foot as well. So we're just going to be opening up here, just letting our head fall back a little bit and taking a few deep breaths. And if it's uncomfortable, just go out of the position again. And yeah. Come back up, one hand at a time. Shake loose a little bit. And once more, we can come down into child pose. So just sitting down on your feet and then leaning forward with your hands towards the front. And slowly come back up. And then we're going to be laying down on our backs. And we're going to start by letting our knees come up in front of our chest. So kind of hugging the knees a little bit. Feel free to move a little bit around here and just feel what feels nice for you right now. And from here, we're going to be grabbing a little bit further down on each of our foot. And we're going to be grabbing kind of under our feet. And we're going to be doing the happy baby. So we're going to just be laying here on our back and kind of separate our feet a little bit and kind of move around a little bit and just feel around in the hip area and the legs. We kind of just open up a little bit. We let our feet come back together. We can let them come down to the ground with the feet facing, no, the knees facing towards the sky. And then we can let our left foot come all the way down. So we're going into a twist. And then we're letting our hands come all the way out towards each side. And then we can start to let our right knee fall over our left foot, coming into a twist. We can also look towards our right hand if we want a little bit more of a twist. And just try to breathe really deeply here as we lay in this position. It's really filling up the lungs. Slowly let our right foot come back up, coming back to center. And we're going to be switching the feet. So left foot with the knee up, hand still out to the side. And then we're going to let the left foot fall over the right foot, going into another twist. We can also look towards our left hand here. We want a little bit of an extra stretch. And just keep breathing deeply. Our left hand foot come back up, coming back to center, letting our body lay completely flat on the ground. We're going into Shavasana, the last pose of the class. So we're laying here with our palms facing the ceiling, just feeling how the floor is completely supporting us. We can relax in the entire body. Maybe start by feeling how the legs are relaxing completely. No need to move a single muscle. You can feel how the arms can relax completely. Feel how the upper body is relaxing completely. Feel our shoulders relaxing. Back is relaxing. You can feel how our jaw is relaxing completely. You can feel the inside of the mouth relaxing. Tongue. Feel our nose relaxing. You can feel our eyeballs relaxing. Feel our ears are relaxing. Our forehead. Feel the top of our head relaxing completely. Feel the full body relaxing completely. Slowly start to move our fingers a little bit, our toes a little bit. Start to move the hands and feet. Move our legs, move our arms. You can start to move the whole body. Maybe you feel like stretching a little bit. When you feel ready, we can roll over to the side. Laying a little bit on the side here, taking a few deep breaths. If you're ready, we can slowly come back up to seated position. That's the end of the class. So thank you very much for coming.
Thank you, Levi. Appreciate it, man. That was
Yeah.
a nice one.
Glad you liked it.